Welcome to Studio Gavita. In this video we're going to discuss the E-Series fixtures. The E-Series fixtures can be controlled with the Gavita Master Controller. We're going to discuss that in a later video, so for now I'm going to take the controller away and let's concentrate on the fixtures. As you can see, there's a big difference between these two. The right fixture is equipped with a single-ended lamp. The left fixture is equipped with a double-ended lamp. The difference, of course, is how these lamps are inserted. The single-ended has a single mogul fixture. The double-ended has lamp holders on both sides. For the rest, the fixtures look very much alike. So for now, I'm going to take away the single-ended fixture and I'm going to explain to you the double-ended fixture. One of the most important parts of a full fixture is the reflector. This Miro aluminum reflector is handmade in the Netherlands. It's a precision reflector. It cannot be made mechanically, it has to be handmade. Now, one important feature is the double-ended part, of course. Double-ended means you got a contact on both sides. So that's why you need lamp holders on two sides. Later in this video, we're going to show you how to take the lamp out and put it back in again. Looking at the ballast, there are a few distinct features. First of all, the ballast is sealed. A sealed ballast means that no air can escape or can come in, but also no humidity can go out and can come in. That's good for the electronics, but it could be a problem when the ballast heats up, because then the air expands and wants to get out. When the ballast cools down, the air wants to get in. So for that we made a ventilation plug on this fixture. This is a Gore-Tex ventilation plug. A Gore-Tex ventilation plug lets out the air when it expands. It lets in the air when the air cools down inside the fixture, but it keeps out the humidity and the dust, therefore safeguarding the electronics. Just below the Gore-Tex ventilation plug, you'll see the status indicator. This LED status indicator tells you the operating conditions of your ballast. It shows you whether the voltage is too high or too low. It also shows you when it's igniting and when you have connection with the master controller. Now, if this opaque lens is a bit too bright to your liking, we have included a black lens so you can replace the opaque lens with a black lens if you think this light would influence your crop. The next feature on this ballast is, of course, the selector, the output selector, with which you can select manually the output or set it in a setting externally to be connected to the master controller. If you set it to external, the ballast is off normally, but will only react to the master controller. The master controller is connected to the top of the ballast, on this side where you see the RJ12 input for the master controller cable. And next to the master controller input, you see the IEC input, to which the power cord will be connected. This fixture is a 120 to 240 volt fixture, so it can be connected to any voltage between 120 and 240, including 208 volts. Another important aspect of the housing of the ballast are the cooling ribs. The cooling ribs are vertical. This is important because the air has to go through the cooling ribs to cool the electronics. It is important that electronics are cooled really well, because cool electronics are happy electronics. An increase of 10 degrees Celsius of the electronics could halve the life of your fixture. So, let's have a look at the lamp. Before you take out a lamp, it's important that you put on some gloves, because dust and particularly grease on the lamp could burn into the lamp, making it dirty and could even lead to failing of the lamp. I put on one glove now, because I only need one glove to pick it up, but let me show you how this works. So, we have two lamp holders on the top and the bottom. To open them, slide them outward. You see, the lamp is still held by the springs inside the lamp holders, but it's advisable to hold the lamp when you open the holder. You take out the lamp by pulling it forward, and then you have the lamp in your hand. So you see, a double-ended lamp is a bit different than a single-ended lamp. First of all, you see the connections on each side. Where you have a normal screw connection, a mogul connection on the single-ended, you see two distinct connections on each side. It keeps the lamp straight in the reflector, which is optically an advantage. Another important part of this lamp is this little part over here, which is called the getter. The getter is a little piece of metal which catches all the impurities within the outer bulb. Before we are going to insert the lamp again, I want to show you how you change the reflector. Changing your reflector is an important part of the maintenance of your fixture. Reflectors cannot be cleaned easily. They're made of microaluminum, which is just a few microns thick. So cleaning it with a brush or with any other solution could damage the reflector. Instead, we made it replaceable. Replacing the reflector is really simple. For that, we have a lever on the top. We take the reflector, pull the lever, you just take out the reflector like this, and it's done. Easy. Replacing the reflector is easy too. There's 2 notches at the bottom. Just put the reflector, the 2 notches at the bottom, and then align the 2 notches at the top, release the lever, and it's done. Stable again. So let's put the lamp back into the fixture. It's important to make sure that the lamp holders are open. This is the getter side and this is the far side. The getter sides need to be closest to the ballast. Before you put the lamp in, make sure that the end wires are straight. This is really important. If they're not straight, they will not make good contact and can even lead to melting of the lamp holders. So before you put the lamps in, make sure that they're straight. Make sure that the lamp is clean if you got a new lamp. I treat it with gloves now, but make sure if you take a lamp out of the box that you inspect it on grease and clean it with alcohol. Do not clean it with detergent, just with alcohol. That is fine. So let's insert the lamp back into the lamp holders. Make sure the lamp wires are aligned and push the back into the spring. You see, it's now firmly in the lamp holder. But it's not connected yet. You need to close both sides of the lamp holders firmly to make sure that the lamp is locked. Job done.